Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for another edition of SoulsBorne Battle to... Are there women watching this? That would be awesome if there was. You should sound off in the comments if you're a female and you're watching this. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone watching this. I very much appreciate the support. But this is SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. We're going to pick two random SoulsBorne bosses. And then we are going to... put them in a battle to the death, I guess, as it were, against each other, and then we are going to determine who would win. So that is what we are going to do here. And today, we are going to have as a contestant... I'm not doing this very well. I'm having an off day. I'm very sorry. All right. Contestant number one is... Slave Knight Gale from Dark Souls 3. See, I remember what game he was from. If you watched my last SoulsBorne Battle to the Death, I was having a very difficult time determining where the contestants came from, because there's just certain games I haven't played that often. So, oh yeah, Gale's one of the toughest, and officially the last boss in the entire game, timeline-wise. I actually did a live stream test months and months and months ago, and it was just me fighting Slave Knight Gale over and over and over again. So yeah, he's a tough one. He's definitely a worthy contender, a worthy fighter to have on Battle to the Death. Alright, we're going to take this wheel for another spin. We are going to determine the opponent for Slave Knight Gale, the boss at the end of time. And the opponent for Slave Knight Gale is going to be... the Elden Beast from Elden Ring. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If this were a fighting card, this would most likely be the main event. Ooh, that is a good one. That is a really, really good one. Ah, wow. My mind is blown with that one. Alright. Contractually, I have agreed to biographies and, quick rundown of what's going on, hopefully in an entertaining manner, and then we'll go to the verdict. So, let's take a look at Slave Knight Gale. So, Slave Knight Gale, as you might have guessed, is a slave knight. And it's a situation that he escapes. I'm going to try and tell the story as shortly and concisely as possible. So, here we go. Gale escapes the life of a slave knight, finds himself in the painted world of Ariandel. He meets the painter, who possesses such great knowledge of the first flame of the dark soul that she wants to paint a new world. Sister Fried comes into the picture. She was an unkindled that tried to link the first flame and failed. So she finds the people there that she wants to protect. So she takes on the form that would appeal to them the most, I guess. Everyone in the painted world knows that the time will come when they have to burn their world and restore it. And Fried is opposed to this and wants the world to die a slow death by rot rather than burning, because she's a bitch, I guess. The painter becomes imprisoned. Gale escapes the painting. Gale is aware of a prophecy that when ashes become two, the flame will return to burn the rot away. Sister Fried is the first ash, and so Slave Knight Gale is on a quest to find another ashen one, which is where you come into the picture. Quick side note, I really need like a Miyazaki alert thing on the screen, like, when shit doesn't make sense. So Gale helps you defeat Sister Fried and Father Ariandel, and then before the painter can paint her cold and bleak new world, which in her mind is a good thing, I guess, she needs a special pigment, the Dark Soul. So Gale's quest is not over. He goes in search of the Dark Soul. This search takes him all the way to the end of the world and the end of time, and he finds the Pygmy Kings who are in possession of the Dark Soul, but their blood is too dried and it is almost useless. So Gale consumes them, basically, eating and drinking their souls, so that maybe the Dark Soul could be useful again. And unfortunately, it consumes him and basically makes him into a beast. When you reunite with him at the end of time and the end of the world, he is not himself anymore, and he tries to kill you, and then you kill him, and you take the Dark Soul and you bring it back to the painter to complete his story. I mean, that's basically it, and the painter creates a whole new world. So, once again, Miyazaki alert. I don't know what to tell you. That's basically the story, and that's just the way it is. So, we went through this a couple episodes ago, but you know all about the Elden Beast. Golden Star sent by the Greater Will, becomes the Elden Ring, vassal beast for the Will. Queen Marika decides out of nowhere to shatter the Elden Ring, and it is heavily implied that the Elden Beast is the one that crucified her and punished her. And then the Elden Beast basically lives inside the Elden Tree and is basically your last obstacle to becoming Elden Lord. But did you know that according to the Elden Ring fandom wiki, the Elden Beast is reminiscent of a dragon that serves as part of the alchemical Rebes, much like Marika Radagon. The Rebes is a single being possessing both male and female qualities, also sometimes referred to as the divine hermaphrodite. It is said that the Rebes hailed from one being that is separated into a male and female half until it is unified once again to form a transcendental being empowered by a dragon. So I think that's pretty interesting. I think this is a hell of a fight. On paper, it might look like the Elden Beast wins it easily because he's a beast and Slave Knight Gale is a Slave Knight. But Slave Knight Gale is very fast and closes distance very quickly. The main thing with the Elden Beast, as I've said before, is that it flies all over the level and is very difficult to get to and can deal damage along the way. In the end, I think that's what gives it the advantage and likely the win in this fight. But you know, if someone out there wants to say Slave Knight Gale would win, I would not disagree. I think this is a damn good fight. Gale would most certainly give the Elden Beast a run for his money. And if the Elden Beast stays in one spot for too long, Gale is likely to make it pay. Gale is very strong and very aggressive. In the end, though, I still have to give the edge to the Elden Beast. I think it's Hi, Titan. I think its long distance attacks are just devastating, and I think the Beast would be able to stay away from Gale long enough to get the job done. I think if they fought 10 times, Elden Beast would win 6 out of 10. You know, it's very close, and I would not be surprised to see Gale pull out the win more than a few times. Ow, stop! Stop. But Titan says that is just Bobby's opinion. Feel free to leave yours in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, notifications, and all that stuff. You can go to robertblanchardbooks.com if you're interested in my books. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can go to my link tree at Bobby's World 2110. It has links to everything, Facebook pages for the books, and the author page, and the podcast page, and the YouTube page for this. The Facebook page for this YouTube channel, which is generally where I post new videos. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bobby's World 2110. And that is going to do it. So until then, be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. You tried to bite me, you punk. You're so silly. You're very silly. See, I'll see you for live, y'all. Bye. What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out the video today, but I got a question for you. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you know I wrote 3 books? Did you know that they're all part of the same series? The Roar of a Dragon, The Treachery of a Weasel, and The Cry of a Raven. ReadersFavorite.com says that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. Now, I personally think that's crazy, but it's not for me to judge. It's for you to judge. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com and you can check out the books right now. But wait, that's not all. All 3 books got 5-star reviews at ReadersFavorite.com. These books won the silver medal in the Literary Titan Awards. The Cry of a Raven won silver at the Global eBook Awards. So what are you waiting for? Read about Aiden's dream to become a Knight of Delmar. Read about his death and resurrection. Oops, I gave that away, didn't I? And read about his journey back home from 3,000 years in the future to stop the evil that started in Delmar. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And then, if you're interested, you can buy the books there as well. And if you've already read the books or you just want to hear more about them, you can check out the Rise of Dragons podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and in every episode I cover a character from the book, an event from the book, my journey into writing, and everything in between. Ripley, what do you got to say about all this?
Give me a treat or I will end you.
You know she's telling you to check out the books. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com to check out the books, or listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast if you want to hear about them. That's all I got to say, and thank you for watching this video.